That's the sweetest thing ever. It's time to peek some TenSura greatness. Make sure you leave a like, share, support, subscribe, ring that bell, and Patreon. You can catch my full live reactions to all these episodes and more. But let's jump into it. We got a dragon fight. I mean, in terms of pure destruction, this thing's pretty impressive. Ooh. Little rapid machine gun go off. So, like, it almost feels like you're going through, like, a goo of miasma just trying to pull the pure soul away. It's gotta feel disorienting, huh? Yuki's power is just getting more insane. His trust with Rimuru is off the chart. This is... God damn it. Come on. I want to see that cute little pink dragon flying around, little dragon tail style. That's fucking sweet. That's definitely one of the most emotional things we've had in the show. No big deal. Yuki just has greed now. If he wasn't already a menace for Rimuru. That's also true. He gets away scot. He is the best. I fucking love him as an antagonist, man. He's so good. At least he's not completely out of the loop now. Wait, what? Raphael got a body now? What the fuck's this? Damn. Now, walking into this episode, I did think this dragon fight was going to last longer than it did, but I honestly can respect the fact that we did get a fight. We did have some explosiveness. We had the Asakaga, but in general, they put the emphasis on the reunion, which was initially designed to be heartbreaking, because what do you mean? You know, we have to see a girl who had to initially lose her best friend, kill her best friend when it came back as a big bad dragon, and then seemingly having to do that again. Rimuru coming in clutch saying, "Don't worry, girl, I'm going to take that soul." May not be the exact creature you once loved, but in theory, given everything we've set up in this season, the concept of putting souls into other bodies is, you know, we've been doing that with the Colosseum, right? So it's completely on the table. But the way they built this up, I honestly believe this is one of TenSura's most emotional moments. And I'm sure there'll be plenty, "Oh, it didn't make me cry, this moment's better." Listen, that's all well and good. But Millam's character and how bad I felt for her with what she's already been through and what it was being set up of what she would have to do again, to see her reaction to that egg was everything. Holding that egg and knowing that Millam could have a friend again. The fact that back when she was a child, she never gave Gaia, the dragon, the name, because obviously we know how powerful something being named is, especially from someone like Millam. It could be, yeah, very devastating, right? The fact that it was never a guarantee this would work. And immediately when we realized that, yeah, okay, but I thought the Chaos Dragon, you know, killed the soul, blah, blah, blah. It's like there was a fragment of the soul left. And in a way, I'm kind of viewing this as not as the original Gaia coming back and gonna rehatch, but like think of it more as like a spiritual successor, the child of the original dragon, you know? It might be identical in all these ways, but its memories and stuff, it will be a completely fresh start, right? And hopefully this time, it will have a more positive ending. I think it would have been very easy, and what I was initially expecting was that we would just immediately make a body or something and throw a soul in a body and then say all's well that ends well. The fact of this kind of like rebirth is such a beautiful theme. I know how the anime community is. The anime community will bitch and moan. I thought the opening made it seem like we were going to have, you know, the 15 episodes of the dragon burning a town down. I feel deceived. Honestly, I kind of think the opening being not exactly what was going to happen, but, you know, a representation. I mean, hell, even goddamn Maribel looked like she was going to have more influence in the opening, right? The misdirect I actually think works quite well. And in general, to me, these types of moments are what I live for with Slime. It's very easy to have a show where it is just watching for the next Rimuru, I'm going to go, I am atomic level death and destruction, right? Instead, what I look for is these types of moments where Rimuru proves why the allies he has, especially with Millam, don't just happen because he's the MC and he's this love interest for everyone, but rather the connections he builds are just so important that it's hard to imagine. Like, I think you could deadass brainwash and actually brainwash Millam at this point and force her at gunpoint to kill Rimuru, and she'd turn around and shoot her brainwasher in the face, because that's the type of connection they have now. We also had self-reflection from Rimuru in this episode, and this is some good character development we don't always see, especially in a show like this, but honestly with Rimuru in general. The fact that he acknowledged, like, fuck, Raphael, you had to keep information from me because I'm not strong enough to be able to do what needs to be done sometimes. You don't want me anxious because you know the complexity of my own feelings. The fact that he's even realizing, like, yeah, I should have went with Yuki when Maribel was killed there, right? The fact that we came very close to Yuki getting away. And had that happen, Rimuru at some point might have ended up dead because Yuki is now in possession of Maribel's skills. And the fact that all of the suspicion and blame was put on a dead girl and he was about to get away scot-free is kind of insane. But I am glad that Raphael was like, hey, actually, he was acting on his own. And he's like, what the fuck? I thought he was innocent. I was about to give him a get out of jail free card. Thankfully, we have that revealed. But yeah, I mean, Yuki is a fantastic antagonist. He's such a smart, deceptive son of a bitch. And the more he progresses down these paths, the stronger he gets. And it's interesting to speculate and theorize where he's going to go, because at every step of the way, Rimuru is a very trusting individual, and in a way, he's too trusting, right? Had he just struck down Yuki during that scene when the girls were like, don't you strike Yuki down, he's such a good guy, a lot of the future issues he is going to have would no longer be a thing. But because, you know, you could argue he's weak, no, he's just, you know, despite being a slime, he's human. That's really what it boils down to. And it's very interesting. It also looks like, potentially, we might have more of a physical form of Raphael. I mean, I don't think you just do that random willy-nilly. I feel like that is something building up to maybe a physical form, or we'll actually, rather than a voice in our head, maybe we'll have a physical body to put with it. I'm not sure exactly, but that does have me interested, because that was kind of a, the hell was that? You know, just kind of like, did I see that correctly? Chaos that Maribel caused at a face value has been resolved. But what about Granville? Like, he's going to come and knock it. So, I mean, the more allies we have, especially if they can have a physical body, the better. I don't think this is going to be like Raphael's going to be walking among us, but hell, maybe we'll actually be able to put a face to a voice more often than not. I don't know. Overall, the fight was really good. I think they handled the 3D of the dragon quite well. There's a lot of explosiveness, and, you know, there was literally atomic bombs going off in the sky. I mean, the initial blast that the dragon gives off when it just shoots it in the sky, I'm waiting like, oh, okay, maybe it's going to be like a projectile that rains down. No, it was just aura farming. And honestly, the characters in general were aura farming. It was a very effective fight. I do think some people will argue it was underwhelming because, oh, you know, this is the big fight of the season, seemingly, especially if you look at the opening. This is clearly going to be like the big moment and it lasts an episode. But I mean, we got 5 cores of this season of Slime. Yeah, we don't have 5 cores straight. We got 2 cores straight, and then every other season we come back. But it doesn't change the fact that this is a long season. I much prefer the emotional over anything, if I'm being 100% real. And in general, I leave a very happy camper. It's hard to imagine where we're going to go. I mean, the next episode's something about how Tempest evolves. So we're getting some sort of upgrade for sure. We'll see where that goes. But in general, I leave a very happy camper. I love the emotional side of TenSura, like when we do something that deeply affects someone on that emotional, personal level that they think they have to tackle alone. And then Rimuru proves that, you know, because you're my ally, and most importantly, because you're my friend and I love and cherish you, I'm going to do everything in my power. And even as Milam says, you know, when I put my trust in you fully, everything works out. It's dangerous because at some point it's not all going to work out. And I hope she doesn't find that a betrayal. But in general, we have loyalty beyond a reasonable doubt among everyone. And that's just fantastic. But you can let me know your thoughts and feelings down below. Do you agree with me? This is one of TenSura's most emotional moments yet. And if you have a different one, let me know your most emotional down below. Make sure you leave a like, share, support, subscribe, ring that bell, and yes, the Patreon full live reactions over there and other exclusives, because you know I also got to give those video shout outs too, because my patrons make it all possible over here on YouTube. Alright, so today we got Sologaki, Subject 3, Sarnik, Demon 69C, Attack Owl, Gomasin, Matter, Ciarasis, Ryuki, and we also have Kevin. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. You know, have a good one.